It's true.
I actually used that recently in talking to Z, a Street Fighter commentator. We were talking about, like, you know, how I stopped kind of playing and started commentating, where it's like kind of your destiny chases you sometimes. You don't chase your destiny.
That's deep. That's really
It came from Ping Pong the animation, which you may or may not heard. Oh, down tilts! We got a man who knows how to play.
No. Dragonspook's pretty good.
I'm saying, I saw the down tilts.
I'm telling you, dude.
You know, I've listened to some Blur commentary. I learned a little bit about down tilt and space control.
It's all about it.
The man who really breaks down Marth better than anyone. So you know what I would have done there? Can I tell you what Scarth would do?
Can I know? Yes.
What I do is I'll do up throw at like 60, like right, yeah. I do up throw and then I run forward and pivot full jump forward air.
That's good.
So
that's
that if
very
they DI
good.
in, then I can king combo them and they die.
Correct.
Why doesn't anybody else do that?
That's actually the right. What you're talking about is the correct.
No one
thing.
else does it. Music King doesn't do it. Crimson Blur doesn't do it.
Yeah, that's true. But Bobby Scar's Marth does
Scarth.
it. Scarth, excuse me.
Scarth will do the runaway pivot neutral jump. Oh, I like that.
Ooh, multi up tilts. He could have kept that going with an up air. Dragonspook clearly just going in.
That was dangerous.
So I've watched a little bit of this guy, and every time I've seen him, I've been extraordinarily impressed. But he also seems to be one of those people who has much more footage of him playing round one pools opponents than anyone else.
Yeah. Yes.
So it makes me wonder.
Yeah.
It makes me think.
That against you're saying that higher level opponents, perhaps, he will not look as impressive.
I just think it's convenient, isn't it?
I see.
Right?
I mean, for sure. Almost every combo video is made from, you know.
Round one pools matches.
Yes. Playing people much worse than you. Okay. Classic edge guard. Ooh.
Just up tilts him right out of his forward air.
The one thing that I'll say about Dragonspook Blur,
yes.
and I don't want to rain on anybody's parade.
Don't rain.
Dragonspook, I'm enjoying watching his Marth swing his sword around. He's a little stationary.
Yeah, he's not dash dancing, but he's swinging.
Well, no, wait. Not only not dash dancing, he doesn't really dash. His movement seems to be he wave dashes, or like he jumps, or he just forward smashes in place.
So I had this, you know.
He like actually does not move on the ground.
In my younger days, I had this problem where I actually just didn't dash. I wave dashed a lot more than I needed to, and sometimes you just need to dash.
Dashing is really good.
It's hard to make criticisms at this very moment because he is JV4 stocking this guy.
Yes, I was a JV4.
And as I said, extraordinarily conveniently for Dragonspook.
Yeah.
And he's
G10 not happy with his performance.
Yes. G10 quite displeased.
Shook his head. I actually don't know. I've never met either of these gentlemen, so I'm assuming that the person who shook their head was.
Sometimes it's not how that works.
G10.
Sometimes
I shake my head when somebody else SDs.
Yeah.
It's like, dang it. I wanted to play more melee. I didn't want it to end like this.
No.
I wanted it to end on my terms.
Especially when you're on stage and you're just like, give me more of your stocks to combo, please.
Yes. Ooh. I love when people miss the tech when you're Marth and you get to dash tag and scoop them up. It's our version of scoops.
Scoops.
Scoops. I love it.
Yeah. I love Yipes.
Apparently, the Twitch experience people are getting lunch with Yipes.
That's so sick.
Yeah. If you didn't know what Twitch experience was, can I talk about it? Am I gonna get fired? Hopefully, my boss isn't watching, and I'm not gonna get fired.
We won't know until you do it.
Yeah, we won't know. But it's a risk I'm willing to take. I'm a high risk, high reward kind of guy.
Yeah.
This is actually a very low reward. Twitch experience, we fly, you know, employees out to esports events so that we can stay in touch with the blood of our community.
Yes, and a lot of people want to go to Evo.
And so there are random Twitch employees here who are getting lunch with Yipes. That's my understanding of what's happening today.
Like engineers and stuff.
Based on information told to me by others.
Yeah. Dragonspook, meanwhile, getting his up tilts.
Does up throw, up tilt just work?
Like at 20, it pretty much does. Now, sometimes they can jump out. I've seen it. But like there are percentages where I'm just like, man, this just seems to always work at this percent.
Good awareness by Dragonspook to do nothing after the air dodge of his opponent. Because if you hit him, they can up B again. They can get back to the stage.
I can feel when a player really wants to force stock the other. And Dragonspook there really did want it.
He wasn't
playing by the edge, trying to get the cheesy KO, you know?
Yes. Can you tell me what your thoughts are on this matchup specifically? I want to know from the start. I want to hear the Blur Bible.
I actually think Marth wins. There was a time in my life where I didn't think that.
I think the majority opinion, would you agree, is that Sheik wins?
Well, I think that's what it used to be. But nowadays, I hear more and more people thinking like I do. And the reason is because Marth's dash dance, like, Sheik just doesn't have an initial dash that can compete with it. So he can just run circles around her.
But how does he deal with her zoning tools? Like, he can run circles
I mean, he has,
outside of her
his
spacing,
sword
for sure.
is, like, at the end of the day, like, she might have zoning tools, but his sword's still longer.
He does have a sword.
Small
Oh!
F-tilt.
I love Tipper F-tilt.
Oh, it looks so good.
Because it's just kind of effortless for Marth. It's like my style and technique
Yeah.
will lead to my power. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to put my whole back into my sword swing. I'm just going to technique.
You know what F-tilt reminds me of? You know when in those old samurai movies, how they have like their sword sheath, their katana, sheathed, and they just like pull it out, whip it out.
And then before you know it, they're like standing behind
Yeah,
the
exactly.
person with the sword out.
That's what F-tilt reminds me of. Now, if you could move forward while F-tilting, that would be...
It's called dash attack.
Oh, that's dash attack.
Basically what it looks like.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Coming up next, one of the most electrifying players in NorCal, Spy Nintendude.
Our coworker, he sits a few desks away from me.
His goal, well, before we get too deep into talking about Nintendude and the glory that is Ice Climbers, let's talk about this beautiful slide of a cross-counter TV free for EVO. For those of you who do not know anything about cross-counter, that is Mike Ross and Gutex and the producer Steve. They have excellent, excellent Street Fighter-related content.
Mm-hmm.
You can always go all the way back to Street Fighter 4 and watch some excellent adventures. Street Fighter 4 is an amazing game. They had phenomenal guests on their program.
Like?
Well, I don't know. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head, but, you know, really, really excellent stand-up people who, you know, were able to give perspective.
You mean yourself?
About the... No, not necessarily. I mean, I may have been a guest. I don't know if I was.
But
I think
if you want to
now
find
that you bring it up,
if you want to find out,
yeah,
go to Cross Counter.
Yes.
Get it for free for